Welcome to tonight's presentation of the Pro Basketball Association. If you want pro, you want the PBA.
Happy holidays from the Hospitality State as we bring you PBA basketball here on Triangle by 1891. And tonight's matchup is full of stars in the Pro Basketball Association as the undefeated Mississippi Phoenix take on the Columbus Vipers. I'm Derek Tate, flying solo for this broadcast as we bring you tonight's starting five brought to you by Manscaped. For the host, Mississippi Phoenix, it's the reigning league MVP, number 0, Quintarius Porter, starting in the backcourt alongside number 1, TJ Jones. Also, now in the front courts, number 3, Anthony Womack, number 5, Elton Neal, and number 32, Donovan Lewis, rounds out the starting five for the Phoenix, while for the visiting Columbus Vipers, it features 3 all-PBA team members, number 4, Cortez Chaney, number 6, Cornelius Thomas, and number 2, Darrell White. Starting alongside them as well, number 3, Jalen Robinson, and the long-range sharpshooter, number 23, Alquan Mendenhall. And here is the opening tip as we are underway in Jackson, Mississippi. And it's handled by the Phoenix. Mississippi rocking the gray jerseys with blue numbers, going right to left, and the Vipers, they're in purple jerseys, going left to right. And the opening possession is handled by the Phoenix, and, well, they turn it over, and here come the Vipers on the break. Out ahead to Jalen Robinson, and it's the Columbus Vipers who get on the board first. They take an early 2-0 lead, and look, this is going to be a matchup between two teams with championship aspirations here in the PBA. In the early goings, it's the Phoenix that are 3-0 heading into this contest, while the Columbus Vipers are 3-1 on the season here in the early goings of the 2022 winter season here in the PBA. As TJ Jones, his three-pointer comes up a bit short. Ball goes out of bounds and will go over to the Columbus Vipers. And you're going to hear a lot about Darrell White, Cortez Chaney, and Cornelius Thomas, but also in the starting lineup tonight is the man they call the three-ball king, Alquan Mendenhall. Going baseline is Darrell White, and that's 2 buckets already in the paint for the Vipers. Right at the cup, 4-0 Columbus in the early goings. Through the first minute of action, and the Phoenix, they have the 2022 All-PBA team member honorable mention from the Summer League, Daquan Forrest, as there is a foul on the floor, and it looks like Porter is going to go to the line for the first time in this contest. But it's going to be interesting to see who can help Quintarius Porter shoulder the offensive load for the Phoenix, because we know Porter led the league, had a scoring title in 2022's Summer League here in the PBA as he knocks down his first free throw attempt. But we have to see who else is going to be able to contribute along the box score as Porter goes 2 for 2 and cuts the deficit in half as the Vipers now lead 4-2 through the first minute and 20 seconds of action here in Mississippi as it's Alquan Mendenhall, 3-ball corner pocket. That one goes. Vipers extend their lead 7-2. Through the first 90 seconds. Number 5, Elton Neal brings the ball across the midline. Now working his way through traffic and finding number 0, that's Quintarius Porter, and you understand why he was the Summer League Player of the Year here in the PBA. He's got all 5 points for Phoenix here in the early goings, and 3-ball from the corner from Cornelius Thomas comes up a bit short. He can't answer, and we got ourselves a 2-point ball game, and the Phoenix can tie or take the lead. If they don't do that, steal goes Cortez Chaney, the man they call the floor general. Goes coast to coast, defense turns into offense. They lead 9-5. Lewis is pressured by Jalen Robinson, but he does get the ball across the midcourt line. Finds an open Anthony Womack for 3. Comes up a bit short off the top of the backboard. Possession will go to the Vipers. And head coach of the Columbus Vipers, Angela Culliver, a 2022 PBA Coach of the Year in the Summer League, as she took her team all the way to the semifinal matchup for the summer session as Cortez Cheney's corner or three-ball attempt from the right wing comes up a bit short. Rebound is handled by T.J. Jones. Phoenix push the pace, and here's another steal from Cortez Cheney, but he can't quite gather possession before the ball goes out of bounds on the near baseline. Mississippi will retain possession. Quintarius Porter right now the only one in the scoring column for the Phoenix. He's got all 5 points. As he inbounds, and here we go. Elton Neal swings it over to Womack at the top of the key, working against Darrell White. Now it's Porter on the right wing. Skip pass over to Neal for three. That one rattles in and out. Cheney gathers the board, and it's an even break. Ball finds its way to the corner. Alquan Mendenhall gets wet from the splash zone for the second time. He's got 6 points, 7-point lead now for Columbus. There's a reason why his teammates call him the three-ball king. Mendenhall, he gets any sort of airspace. He does not hesitate one iota to let it go from downtown. As Donovan Lewis, his three-point attempt is off the mark. T.J. Jones is called for a loose ball foul, and the Vipers will take possession. After a quick timeout, we're back here on Triangle by 1891. You're watching this edition of the Pro Basketball Association from Jackson, Mississippi. And from Jackson, Mississippi, I got to tell you, Alquan Mendenhall is unconscious to start this game. 3 for 3 from downtown. Leads all scorers with 9 points, and Columbus opens up a 10-point lead. Driving baseline is Womack, and that is a beautiful finish through traffic. Good contest from Mendenhall, but a better finish. Lead is trimmed to 8 for Columbus. 6:30 remaining in the opening quarter. Beautiful ball movement. Right there from the elbow is Jalen Robinson. His midi rattles in and out. Rebound goes to Jones. Jones is going to decide to try to go coast to coast, and a tough contest from Cheney. Rebound Womack. He goes back up. Tip in, no good. And the Vipers push the pace, and Alquan Mendenhall, why not? My goodness, 4 for 4. He's already got 12 points. 18-7 in favor of the Vipers. A foul out on the perimeter, and boy, Alquan Mendenhall. There's a reason why Angela Culver says everybody calls him the three-ball king. She actually talked about the hot shooting from downtown. She says it's a joy to watch, and the best thing about this team is that you have multiple players who can light it up at any given time. So it doesn't matter who you double down on. You can't stop the rain, she says. It's been raining threes here early on in Jackson, Mississippi. Looks like there's going to be a reach-in foul on the Columbus Vipers. It might go against number 6, Cornelius Thomas, or they may say it's a jump ball. And they do. We're going to have Cornelius Thomas looking to tip it off against Donovan Lewis. Thomas wins that one easily. Mendenhall gathers the loose ball and an arid pass stolen by Porter. Here come the Phoenix. Drop off pass to Neal. No good. And there's a tie-up between Neal and the newly checked in Varyan Moody, who's affectionately known as Big Baby on this Columbus Vipers squad, and you see why. Gets his hands on the ball, and he's not going to let it go without putting up a fight. Jump ball again called, and this time it'll be Moody facing off against Elton Neal. Moody wins the jump ball. Vipers have possession in an 11-point lead, just shy of the halfway point here in the first quarter. Thomas to Robinson. Scoop, there it is. Robinson with 4 points. 13-point lead for Columbus. Ball finds its way back to T.J. Jones. His layup attempt is no good. And possession, though, looks like it will stay with Mississippi. far. Porter has 5 of the Phoenix's 7 points.
Whoa, personal foul.
What the feezy?
You can't use a beard trimmer below the 50-yard line. This is the waterproof lawnmower 4.0 by Manscaped.
What's the difference?
It's got new skin-safe technology to help reduce cuts and nicks. It's powerful, yet gentle, just like me.
Dog, I appreciate you.
Boop. Hey, watch out. I'm not ticklish. Get yours at manscaped.com.
Welcome to tonight's presentation of the Pro Basketball Association. If you want pro, you want the PBA.
The inbound is tipped, but it looks like they're going to call a foul on Jalen Robinson. Columbus Vipers. Possession will stay with Mississippi. So far, it's just been unconscious shooting from distance by Alquan Mendenhall. A couple easy looks as that pull-up jumper from Anthony Womack is a bit short. Vipers push the pace with a 13-point lead. Here comes Cornelius Thomas. His runner in the paint is good. 15-point lead for Columbus. Mississippi finds themselves in a hole here pretty quickly as Porter from downtown rises up and buries it. 8 points for Porter. Doing all the work on the scoreboard for the Phoenix, but they find themselves in a 12-point hole as the entry pass to Varian Moody can't be handled, and they may call a loose ball foul, and we'll see who it's against. We see the Vipers retreating back to their defensive side of the court. Moody trying to lead his case to the referee. Be a little after the fact in this matter. Loose ball foul turns it over to the Phoenix. The offense kind of talked about early going to the pregame show, and Porter going to do his thing, no doubt. He can get buckets at any given moment, but who else is going to be able to contribute? It's just been 2 points outside of Porter, and Porter pulls up and buries another triple on back-to-back possessions. He's already in the double digits with 11 points. And the lead now back to single digits for the Columbus Vipers as they turn it over. Full court pass goes up to Neal. 3-on-1 opportunity, and the bunny doesn't go back in the box. Neal with the steal. He can't get his own jam to go. Rebound to Porter. His shot deflected. Now a steal by Porter. Goes back up and finally finishes the deal. 13 points now for Quintarius Porter. They finally get that bucket off the turnover. Here come the Vipers. Pull up a mid-range jumper from Thomas. Rattles in and out. Appears to be another loose ball foul on the floor. And we'll see. It looks like it's going to be staying in possession of the Vipers. As Cortez Chaney will check back in for Columbus. Start looking at so many different ways that this Columbus team can score. Chaney and Thomas both averaged 20 points per game in the 2022 summer session. Varian Moody. Spinning jump hook into the paint. Loose ball goes back to Cornelius Thomas for an extra possession for Columbus. Ball skips out of bounds. Looks like it will stay with the Vipers. A little bit of trouble on the defensive glass here early on for the Phoenix. .243 remaining in the opening quarter. Columbus with possession. Varian Moody working on the left block. Drops it off to Cortez Chaney. Now, down to Big Baby on the right block. Spinning baseline. Baby hook too strong. Rebound goes to Porter. He's got 13. Phoenix trail by 7. 2:18 remaining in the opening period. Driving into the paint is Womack. He lays it up and in. Now it's only a 5-point lead. We were all the way up to a 12-point advantage for Columbus. Phoenix are on a run. Here's Alquan Mendenhall, his 5th three-pointer of the first period. My goodness. All 15 of his points from behind the three-point line. 5 of 5 from downtown. Vipers open up an 8-point lead. Porter thinks about a 3, drops it off to Neal. And there's a nice looking pass from Porter, and it's just a bit too hot to handle for Anthony Womack. Turnover for Mississippi. The Vipers finally stop the run with an Alquan Mendenhall 3. As Varian Moody gets his shot stamped by Quintarius Porter, and here comes the Phoenix. Even break. TJ Jones goes baseline, his runner no good. Porter followed, no good. Rebound Chaney, and here comes Columbus. White over to Mendenhall from downtown. Yes, sir! Alquan Mendenhall with 6 three-pointers in the first quarter. 18 points for Columbus. They have a 9-point lead, or an 11-point lead, excuse me. Newly checked in, Matt Sandifer. Hey, whoa, tough leaner from the baseline on the left side. His midi goes. Deficit back down to 9. Mendenhall pulls from downtown. Go ahead and crown the man. That's why they call him the 3-ball king. 7th three-pointer of the first period. He's gone 7 of 7 from downtown. Absolutely unconscious. 21 points here in the first period. My goodness. We're looking probably the last possession. Vipers, now they change the scoreboard. It is a 10-point lead in favor of Columbus. One more possession. White driving. Cornelius Thomas. Pull up mid-range. Got it at the buzzer. And that'll be a 14-point advantage as we head into the second period here on Triangle by 1891. We resume action. Second quarter, 14-point lead for the Columbus Vipers over the Mississippi Phoenix. I'm Derek Tate alongside myself here on this PBA action brought to you by Triangle by 1891. And my goodness, if you did not catch the first quarter, then you are missing an absolute gem of a performance from Alquan Mendenhall. That's his 8th three-pointer in the first half, as that one goes for Anthony Womack. 16-point lead now for the Vipers. It is, this is not an exaggeration, 8 three-pointers in the first half, 7 in the first quarter, 24 points on the game for Alquan Mendenhall. As TJ Jones goes into the body of Chaney, and that ball nearly swatted away on the shot attempt by the newly checked in Jason Spiles. Instead, it's a foul on Chaney in the act of shooting, and that will send TJ Jones to the charity stripe. And again, the Phoenix entered this contest 3-0 on the season. 96-88 win over the Mississippi Panthers to start the season, then a 100-82 win over the River Region Generals, and then a 98-90 win over the Panthers yet again. So this team is red hot heading into this matchup against the Columbus Vipers. But when you play the Vipers, you can get bitten. As that one rattles home for TJ Jones, and it's now, it looks like a 14-point advantage through the first minute of action here in the second quarter. White with the blow-by on Womack, no good, and the follow from Spiles won't count because they're going to call the foul in the act of shooting against Womack, and that'll send Darrell White to the line to shoot a pair. One thing about Darrell White, you know, a lot of the attention goes to Cortez Chaney and Cornelius Thomas, both first-team All-PBA members from the 2022 Summer League, as White's first free throw attempt is off the mark. But head coach Angela Culliver says everybody on this team calls Darrell White quiet assassin, as he just kind of goes about his business pretty quietly, but every single game he shows up, does all the dirty work, can get you 20 on any given night. He does go 1 of 2 at the charity stripe. 15-point lead now for the Vipers as the Phoenix get 2 back right there, and that's a tough bucket from Donovan Lewis. Now it's a 13-point lead in favor of the Vipers. 8:30 remaining in the first half. Chaney tried to sneak that one in to Spiles, and the ball trickles around and finally goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Vipers. Rare turnover from Cortez Chaney. The floor general. Fortunately, the general was unable to find his target on that play, and turnover goes to the Phoenix. Quintarius Porter with 13 points. Doing all the heavy lifting on the offensive end. Porter now double teamed. Gets the ball over to Sandifer. Over to Porter. Runner. No good. Rebound Spiles. And it looks like they're going to call a foul on the floor or some sort of official timeout. 7:42 remaining. 37-24 in favor of Columbus. Vipers heading into this matchup, we're 3-1, and boy, Cortez Chaney and the outside shooting just continues to be absolutely magnificent from behind the three-point line for the Vipers. Largest lead of the game at 16 points. A little bit of backcourt pressure to add insult to injury for the Phoenix. Womack. He's going to fire from downtown. That one no good. Comes up a bit short. Scuffle for the ball, and it looks like it's last touched on Cortez Chaney. Mississippi will retain possession. Right now, from downtown, the shots just aren't falling for the Phoenix. While everything, and that is darn near not an exaggeration, is falling for the Columbus Vipers. The corner three, no good, and now it's a fast break to Spiles. Goes into the paint, no good. The tip, although very impressive from Cornelius Thomas, will not count, as Spiles will go to the line to shoot a pair. You know, one thing, this team has been to back-to-back semifinals in the PBA, and one thing that head coach Angela Culliver mentioned about this team and what has her so excited is the hunger and commitment of each player to their own individual growth, as well as their commitment to each other and the brand of the Columbus Vipers. Going to the Final Four back-to-back and coming up short has put a fire in them like she has never seen before. It's pretty evident that the Vipers, through the first 4 games of the season, that message has been received by all players on the roster as Spiles does knock down his second free throw. 41-24, 17-point lead in favor of Columbus. As Sandifer, his pass is tipped out of bounds by Darrell White. But this Columbus team has won 2 of their first 4 games by 50 points. 54 points, excuse me. So this is not completely out of the norm to see this type of shooting performance by the Vipers, as Neal's layup attempt is no good, but Womack stays with it and somehow throws up a prayer. It goes in, and we do have a player that is down. That's Elton Neal. We'll try to keep an eye and see if we can get an update on him. Hopefully he is all right. We resume action. 41-26 in favor of Columbus. They're on top, and Cornelius Thomas, his three-point attempt comes up a bit short. Rebound goes to Womack, and Neal is now back in the game. Look at him go all the way to the rack to Spiles. Count the bucket and the foul. He gets the continuation, going right at the shot blocker and gets the call and the bucket. And Elton Neal has been a major contributor to this Mississippi Phoenix hot start. And he has been one of the members of this squad to step up to assist in scoring department with Quintarius Porter. Unfortunately, he can't convert on the three-point play opportunity. Consecutive turnovers, one by each squad. Alquan Mendenhall has not missed from downtown. He is now 9 for 9 with 27 points. He just cannot miss as Quintarius Porter, his fadeaway jumper is no good. Rebound Chaney. Here come the Vipers. Phoenix get back on defense. White now met at the top of the key. Mendenhall pulls from downtown. He cannot miss. Are you kidding me? 10 for 10 from downtown. The Phoenix are just shaking their head in disbelief. The fans of the Vipers are hyped. How can you not appreciate it? What a shooting performance from Alquan Mendenhall. As Womack turns it over, boy, the Vipers are just hyped because Mendenhall has not missed. It's not an exaggeration. 10 for 10 from downtown. 30 points to lead all scores. We're just halfway through the second quarter. He's on pace for 80. He's got the ball now. Mendenhall. Dribble handoff to Spiles. Spiles loses the handle, goes up strong, gets his own miss, and rattles it home. It is now a 21-point lead in favor of the Vipers. This one's gotten ugly, mostly due to the brilliance of one man's performance. Neal trying to cut into the deficit, goes right at Spiles, and another tough up and under through contact. Could have got the whistle there, he didn't. Trims the deficit down to 19, and Cortez Chaney with the blow-by. Can't get it to go. Thomas goes back up and rattles home that 8-foot jumper. 6 points for Cornelius Thomas. It's a 21-point lead now for the Vipers. Phoenix with possession. Womack. Pull-up jumper, tries to go paint, off the glass, and rattles in and out. Excuse me, that is Matt Sandifer, whose mid-range jumper was just a bit off the mark, but he was hacked. So he will go to the line of shoot.
Tour be lit. First of all, to even be on tour, you gotta be one of the super duper flies.
People in Atlanta, they love Slutty Vegan, but like outside of Atlanta, it's crazy.
The adrenaline rush that you get from it is amazing.
We do celebrity events, casting calls, video shoots.
When they say it's fresh and ready to go, like it's fresh and ready to go. We do it all ourselves. No machines, no nothing. We literally just got flat tops, grills, and fryers.
Being on the road and being on tour specifically, it's like you're a celebrity.
Been to Boston, Tampa, Alabama a few times, North Carolina.
The fact that we are able to travel together is like a whole different relationship.
I like to call us like we're like Fast and Furious, right? Like it's, we're on the road. We're not in expensive cars or muscle cars, but we're in a big giant yellow truck.
If somebody's got it and they're special and you see it and you want to work somewhere where you can just be yourself, this the place. We make good tip money. You get to meet all types of people and it's fun.
After a quick timeout or two, we are right back to action. 4:04 remaining in the second quarter as Sandifer knocks down his first free throw attempt. We'll have one more, and we've got ourselves a 20-point ball game. Sandifer goes 2 for 2 from the line. Now back down to a 19-point lead for Columbus. Chaney. Hasn't had to do much as far as putting the ball in the basket, but breaks down the defense. His pass to a cutting Siles is off the mark, and Siles gets it back. Nice find from Mendenhall. And Spiles now with 4 points. 53-32 as Lewis pulls from downtown. He's a little bit off the mark. Neal keeps it alive. Back to Lewis. Lewis into the paint. That shot is swatted by Spiles. 3-on-1 opportunity for the Vipers. To Darrell White, who lays it up and in. Boy, this one is all Vipers. With just over 3 minutes remaining in the second quarter. 23-point deficit for Mississippi. Sandifer over to Womack. Sandifer. Sidestep, pulls into a three, no good. Rebound, Cheney. 2:50 and counting in the first half. Crossover, crisscross, and that was Sussy. Lays it up and in, does Cortez Cheney. He's got 8. 25-point advantage in favor of Columbus. Starting to pour it on here in Jackson, Mississippi. Sandifer drops it down to Neal. Neal working on Cheney. Now kicks it out. Lewis from straight away. His 3 balls off the mark. Rebound Thomas, and here comes Cheney. Even numbers. Cheney all the way. Lays it up and in. No good. Rebound goes to TJ Jones. Euro step. Over to Neal. Reverse layup. Finds the bottom of the basket. Trims that deficit down to 23 points for the Phoenix, but they've still got a lot of work ahead of them. Final 2 minutes. The first half here in Jackson, Mississippi. Jalen Robinson, why not? Just inside the 3-point line. He's got 6. Lead 12 back to 25. 59-34, 1:33 remaining in the first half. Porter picks up his dribble. Womack from downtown. A bit too strong. Rebound Moody. Outlet to Cheney. Up to White. And, that's Cornelius Thomas who lays it up and in. He's now in double digits. Thomas. He picks the pocket of Womack. Now, over to Cheney. Skip pass. Mendenhall for 3. That is his first miss. He is 10 of 11 from downtown, but he finally missed his first three-point attempt of this contest. Final 60 seconds. Porter from downtown, no good. Rebound Cheney. Outlet to Mendenhall. Pulls from downtown, no good. Rebound Robinson from the elbow. Yes, sir. Now a 27-point lead for the Vipers. Final 30 or 40 seconds remaining here in the first half. Lewis. Here's a steal from Cornelius Thomas, and they're going to say he got the body of Sandifer. Cornelius Thomas had visions of bringing the house down with a dunk, as the Vipers have done everything else here in the first half. Feel like Mississippi has had a little bit of a tough time getting quality offensive possessions, but no way you could have predicted the offensive onslaught that came from the Vipers in the form of Alquan Mendenhall knocking down 10 3-pointers in the first half, and there's a two-handed stuff. Maybe that'll get things going for Mississippi. Beautiful move by Elton Neal. Final moments of the first half. 3 ball from the corner, and that's Cornelius Thomas. Ring it up. A 30-point advantage in favor of Columbus. Is that 3-pointer is no good from TJ Jones.
When I came home from prison in 2001, I had a tough time finding a job. Have you ever been convicted of a felony? When you get to that part of the application, your heart starts beating fast, your hands become sweaty. It doesn't matter your education or work experience. That's gonna be the determining factor.
What's up, man? What's up with you? Nothing, man.
How you get it, man?
Regular military, got no signs.
I would fill out an application and they tell me that they're not hiring, but they got now hiring signs on the window.
Did that make you go back to doing some of the things that you were doing before?
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's kind of like they force you to.
Set up. Right?
It's like set up. It's systematically set up for you to have to go back. I was 3 years old when the U.S. Marshals came, beat down the door, and got my dad. Maybe like 5 the second time. I just kept asking my mom, like, yo, where's my dad? Where's he at? He would tell my grandmother, I'm not trying to do that no more. I'm trying to get my life right.
What up, boy? What's up with you, boy? Good to see you. Good to see you, man.
Being a barber changed my dad. Being able to have a community that he can turn to when he needed something, that helped him a lot.
That was a hard moment for me last year.
All those ups and downs that you've been through, to look at you now, I'm so proud of you. I'm happy to call you my dad, man.
What you just said right there is what it was all about. Everything that I've done was for that. Now I can retire. So I can retire now. Old man still got it.
Ooh, now that look good, man.
You see, black people have always needed a place to gather since the beginning of time. To build, to reflect, to inspire, to connect. They say if you want to go fast, then go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. See, in continuing to fight for our lives to matter, we must have a place to gather. To write a chapter, enjoy the laughter, think and capture, sharpen our skills until they master. Not only a place to fraternize, but to strategize and analyze and advertise and sometimes just fantasize. See, there's a certain brilliance that only comes from the collective. One for all and all for one is the objective. You get the message. See, we've always needed a place for like minds to collide and unlike minds to gain a better understanding of the other side. You know the vibe. You may want to switch lanes and you need a place to pick brains and network with big names. The level up is insane. The true meaning of for us, by us, with us, grown by us, stories told by us, shown by us, loaned by us, so it's always owned by us. Somebody better write a song about us. We all we got. We all we got. So meet me down at the gathering spot.
We pick it back up. Vipers on top of the Phoenix 66-36 as we begin the second half, and well, make it a 33-point lead as that one goes from downtown for Jalen Robinson. As we get a little bit of up and down action, you are here watching PBA basketball on Triangle by 1891. I'm Derek Tate, bringing you this nearly Christmas edition of winter season basketball in the PBA. Been all Vipers as Donovan Lewis dials it up from distance. 29-point lead now for the Vipers. You're just tuning in, you missed one of the best shooting performances in PBA history in the first half, courtesy of Alquan Mendenhall, as Big Baby finds himself a mouse in the house. Count the bucket and the foul. Varjan Moody. Quiet first half as far as points, but that's because Alquan Mendenhall dropped 30 on the Phoenix, all 30 points from behind the three-point line. He went 10 of 11 from downtown. But make no mistake, been a team effort on the offensive side from the Columbus Vipers, as Moody can't quite convert on the and one opportunity. Lead stays at 31, and here's a steal from Cortez Chaney. Phoenix get back on defense. Over to Robinson, up fake. Robinson through contact, no good. Rebound goes to Porter. Phoenix trail by 31, nearly through the first 90 seconds of the third period. Womack lost the handle, but appears that he lost the handle because there was a little bit of contact. Fouls on the floor, and Mississippi will retain possession. And when we were talking about heading into this matchup, who else was going to help score alongside Quintarius Porter for the Mississippi Phoenix, as TJ Jones is hacked in the act of shooting, and we've seen some contributions from Elton Neal and some from TJ Jones, but simply not enough, as it was Porter scoring 13 of the first 15 points of the contest for the Phoenix. But at that point, the Vipers had already opened up a double-digit lead due to a lot of easy baskets in transition from Darrell White and Cortez Chaney, but also the unconscious shooting from Alquan Mendenhall as TJ Jones rattles in and out. The Phoenix, though, really heading into this matchup, how are they going to slow down the talent and backcourt of the Columbus Vipers? So far, they haven't had a ton of success getting the Vipers into tough offensive possessions. They've mostly gotten what they wanted, as TJ Jones goes 1 of 2 with the charity stripe. 30-point ball game in favor of the Vipers. Cortez Chaney pulls from the left wing. That one bottoms from distance. Keep hearing that phrase because it keeps ringing true. 33-point lead now for Columbus, and it looks like there's a loose ball foul on Cortez Chaney. Phoenix will retain possession. Nearly through the first 2 minutes. Ball finds its way down to Porter, who spins baseline with the jumper, and that one comes up a bit short. Porter tried to get his own miss, and it's just been that kind of offensive outing for the Mississippi Phoenix, and Porter will go to the bench. Oh, excuse me, just wanted a quick word with our head coach, Asia Williams. But it's Columbus, 33-point lead, and Moody. A little pocket pass to Darrell White. Defense collapses and nearly stolen. Possession does stay with Columbus. Moody leans into that turnaround baby hook, no good. Rebound Porter, and here come the Phoenix. Porter over to Neal, driving baseline. Neal goes up, can't quite get that one to go. Rebound Moody. Outlet to White. Vipers have numbers. Robinson, mid-range jumper, no good. Rebound Porter. Here come the Phoenix. Up and down pace. Womack goes at Moody. He can't finish. Rebound goes to Robinson. Even break. Robinson picks up his dribble, finds Moody trailing. Robinson, skip pass, now all the way. Darrell White from downtown. Not quite on the mark. Rebound goes to Porter. Phoenix still trail by 33. Jones Goes right at Robinson. He can't get the up and under to go. Rebound Cheney. Vipers look to add to their lead. Mendenhall, no good. And well, if you want to make sure of one way Mendenhall doesn't knock down a three, I guess you can go ahead and foul him. But the way he's been shooting today, I don't know if that strategy is going to help because he's got 30 points. Foul goes to Elton Neal. Couldn't quite catch if that was a three-point attempt, so we'll see if he shoots 2 or 3. But boy, what a special performance we've gotten treated to from Alquan Mendenhall. But they've called this man the three-ball king, and it's been the king's court so far in this one for Mendenhall. He knocks down the first free throw. He's got 31. And one thing that head coach Angela Culliver of the Columbus Vipers mentioned as Mendenhall knocks down a second, he does have one more. She mentioned how a deep roster that features guys like Alquan Mendenhall and Varjan Moody makes them so extremely dangerous, in her words. It's hard to match up with a team that has so many scorers, quick, they train extremely hard, and she says it's mandatory to play both ends of the floor in order for us to get out and get quality playing time. And you see everybody's playing because everybody has bought in on this team, and that's a major nod to the head coach, Angela Culliver, and there's a reason that she has been honored as a 2022 Summer League PBA Coach of the Year. Boy, are they playing fantastic so far in this contest. 34-point lead right now for the Columbus Vipers as Porter's three ball is off the mark. 6:24 and counting. 78-42 in favor of Columbus. Robinson drives to the paint. Lefty scoop. Looks like that one did not quite go down, but Robinson does draw the foul. It's going to go on Porter. Robinson will shoot two. And this squad, again, it looks like this team knows that they might have something special, right? They've been to back-to-back semifinal matchups where they haven't been able to advance to the championship round to try to knock off the Fort Worth firm as Robinson does knock down his first free throw. But the way this team has looked in totality as Robinson goes 2 for 2 from the charity stripe, 80-42 in favor of the Vipers. Sandifer, dangerous pass, looks like it was turned over, but they do call a loose ball foul. Looks like it's going to go against Mendenhall. You see the way that the Vipers are playing as a unit, and it looks like this team is starting to click on all cylinders. They're playing loose, they're playing fast, they're having fun, and you see almost every single member of this team on the floor every time you get to watch a Vipers game. It's because everybody's bought in. We resume action, 80-42 in favor of Columbus, as Darrell White tries to go through the body of Sandifer, and he does get the call. Excuse me, that is Robert Clark, number 11, who newly checked into the game and registers the personal foul. They're going to say that one's on the floor and not in the act of shooting, so inbounding it along the baseline is Cornelius Thomas. White able to work through one defender. Finds an open Jalen Robinson for a corner three, and that one's just a bit off the mark. Ball goes over the backboard, and possession will go to the Phoenix. Sandifer breaks the full court press. Cross court pass. Neal up and under. Can't get that one to go, but gets his own miss and cleans it up. He's got 8 points. Lead is now down to 36 in favor of Columbus. Skip pass over to Darrell White. He pulls from downtown, and Darrell White knocks down his second triple of the contest. 39-point lead as we are now officially at the midway point of the third quarter. Full court pass all the way to the corner to Neal, who finds Womack. Can't quite get that one to go. Still a battle underneath the basket. Good job battling for that bucket from Anthony Womack. Back on the other end, Darrell White tries his luck again from distance. This one off the mark. Rebound goes to Porter. Full court pass. Neal all the way. Reach in. Looks like that one is going to count, and the continuation goes for Elton Neal. Neal's now in double digits with 10 points. And the Phoenix don't intend to go quietly in this one. 37-point lead, and they do have a chance to cut into this deficit due to Phoenix with Elton Neal getting a chance to complete the and one opportunity. We mentioned before, there's no Daquan Forrest right now for the Mississippi Phoenix. So, again, Elton Neal, I believe, is someone that team owner Asia Williams probably expects.
What happens when everything we know about something changes?
I tell people all the time, this is the best American story you never heard.
We're out hitting the pavement, talking to restaurants, talking to bars.
I don't think of myself as a whiskey salesperson. I want you to know his name.
Drink by drink, we're bringing this story to light.
When we have to step back through the pages of history.
It's so much more than whiskey. It's so much more than a brand. It's a movement.
When we have to make amends and pay respect.
We're honoring the greatest whiskey maker the world never knew. And it's beautiful.
And give credit where credit is due.
Uncle Nearest is the godfather of Tennessee whiskey, and the world needs to know it.
What happens? We do it. Uncle Nearest, it's more than whiskey.
Expects to see his role expand, in particular his scoring responsibilities, and there to complement Quintarius Porter. As Neal knocks down a pair. 83-48 in favor of the Vipers. They have possession. Trying to get a good look, and it looked like Jalen Robinson able to get to the cup. Now up to a 37-point lead. Neal goes into the body of Spiles, and the miss is gathered, and second chance opportunity converted on by Anthony Womack. 35-point lead, excuse me. As Cortez Chaney, his baseline jumper no good, but rebound goes to Robinson, and that's doesn't get much easier than that. Robinson now in double digits. 37-point lead for the Vipers. Phoenix with possession. Lewis tries to go through the body of Cornelius Thomas, and he is hacked. Lewis will go to the charity stripe for the first time in this contest. Donovan Lewis, so far in the game, has 5 points. Donovan Lewis do a little bit of everything. Do some dirty work down low and get your rebounds. He's got the distance to be able to spread the floor as he knocks down his first free throw attempt. He can surprise you when he puts the ball on the floor and blow by you at times. As Lewis, 2 for 2 from the line. Back down to a 25-point game, or 35-point game. Final 3:30, third quarter. Then he checked in Jason Spiles over to Cortez Chaney. Met by Sandifer on the left wing. Chaney driving baseline, fadeaway jumper. That one skims off the front of the rim. Rebound Lewis. Here come the Phoenix. Lewis. Looked like that pass to the corner was a bit too hot to handle. Turnover goes over to the Columbus Vipers. their 35-point lead. Just over 3 minutes remaining in the third period. There's a turnover from the Vipers. Steal goes to Sandifer, but then he loses his footing in the handle, and then down goes Darrell White. It looks like they're going to call Porter for the reach-in foul. And tell you what, Darius Porter was the leading scorer in the PBA over the summer, has been mostly held in check after a red-hot start by this swarming Vipers defense. Darrell White pulls from downtown, and that's bullseye. Third three-pointer of the contest from Darrell White. As the balance shooting act continues for Columbus. Now up to a 38-point lead, and that inbound pass into the entry pass is off the mark. And speaking of off the mark passes, Vipers had numbers, they turned it over. Lead stays at 38 in favor of Columbus. Final 2 minutes of the third period. Porter pulls from downtown. No good. Rebound goes to Robinson. Full court pass up to Cornelius Thomas, and Thomas couldn't quite haul that one in. It's a turnover. Pace is slowed down a bit here in the closing moments of the third. Phoenix with their work cut out for him. Womack. His three from the left wing is off the mark. Spiles with the board, and here come the Vipers. Thomas going right at Porter, and that one rattles in. Cornelius Thomas, man they call Unk. Now with 15 points. Empty possession there for the Phoenix. White, transition three. He rattles in and out. He figured he'd try his luck. Quality shooting quarter for Darrell White. Ball finds its way over to the right wing, and that's Porter who finally gets a free ball to go. That's his first three since the first period. Now down to a 37-point game, and back up to 39 as Galen Robinson finishes right at the basket. 94-55 in favor of the Vipers. As Lewis nearly gets the ball ripped away from Cortez Chaney, and the floor general not happy with the call. Readjusting of the camera. Goalies, great job by the entire crew here on Triangle by 1891. So we can bring you all of this PBA action as we head into the end of 2022 and head into the new year. Don't forget to subscribe so you can catch all of the PBA action here on Triangle by 1891. You'll catch more of that if you watch more PBA basketball, because Porter seems to have found his shooting stroke to finish the third quarter. Another three ball that goes. He's got 20. Cornelius Thomas, up fake, mid-range jumper, no good. Gets his own miss. Can't get that one to go. Another offensive rebound from Thomas. Final 8 seconds. From downtown is off the mark is Dre Brown, who just checked into the game. Final moments of the third period, and that one's off the mark from Porter as it's 94-58 in favor of Columbus. We have more PBA action here on Triangle by 1891. We resume action. Fourth and final quarter here in Jackson, Mississippi. Vipers on top of the Phoenix, 94-58. I'm Derek Tate alongside myself. As if you just now joined us, it's been all Vipers. Fantastic offensive performance by really anybody wearing a purple jersey, but in particular, very, very, very almost career night for Alquan Mendenhall, who has just been unconscious from shooting behind the three-point line. He's knocked down 10 three-pointers in the contest. He's up to 33 points on the game. So we're getting a little bit of clarification. It does look like there was a foul on the active shooter. Donovan Lewis to the line. He's got 7 points. Looking to add to that total is a 36-point deficit that the Mississippi Phoenix face heading into the fourth and final quarter. Again, the Phoenix rolled into this contest with all kinds of momentum and reason to feel great about how their winter season has began with 3 wins, and whether it's been blowouts or close games, they've been able to find ways to win basketball games, but they have just gotten blitzed in this contest as Lewis does knock down his first free throw. He has one more. And he's fouled behind the three-point line, so Lewis now has 9 points. He can make it 10 and make this a 33-point ball game. Unfortunately, he only goes 2 of 3 at the line. Score remains 94-60 in favor of the Vipers. Ray Brown trying to get his first points of the contest, and boy, what a nifty up and under with the finger roll for his first points of the contest. Getting it right back on the other end is Donovan Lewis. He now has 11 points. Lead trimmed back down to 39. Ray Brown, Darrell White, Quavius Bowick, Cornelius Thomas, Jalen Robinson. Players on the floor right now for the Columbus Vipers. On the other end for the Hawks, excuse me, the Phoenix. They used to, formerly known as the Mississippi Hawks. Donovan Lewis, Matt Sandifer, Terrius Porter. I'll get to the other two here in just a moment. That is Dre Brown. Knocks down his first free throw attempt. 35-point lead with 9 minutes remaining in the contest. Brown looking to add to that total. He's now got 4 points after going 2 for 2 from the line. Lead swells to 36 in favor of Columbus. Lewis now on the right wing, going right at Bowick. Drops it off to Sandifer, who gets that one to go from straight away. Down to a 33-point lead. Ball dropped on the block, and there's a sweet little baseline fadeaway jumper. Dre Brown. Back on the other side, it's Elton Neal. He's now got 14. Decides to knock his man down low and get the easy 4-foot bucket. 14 and counting. White dribbling through traffic, somehow finds himself with an open look. Can't quite get that one to go. Lewis to Neal, and Neal's layup attempt is just a little off the mark, but there was a little bit of contact, and that'll send Elton Neal to the line to shoot a pair. Again, if you have not yet done so, go ahead and subscribe to Triangle by 1891 here on YouTube. Again, you will not be missing any of the action if you do so. Just go ahead and click that bell so you get notifications whenever we drop a new video. Generally, when we're dropping videos, that means we have a new game for you to watch here in the Pro Basketball Association. Quavius Bowick goes to the bench. Jason Spiles checks back in for Columbus. As Elton Neal goes 1 of 2 at the charity stripe. Lead is cut down to 32 in favor of Columbus. 7:54 and counting remaining in the contest. Spiles now on the right block, working against Lewis. Faces up, shoots the baseline jumper, that one off the mark. Loose ball corralled by Dre Brown. Vipers with another possession, throws it away, stolen by Lewis. Here come the Phoenix. All the way, and Elton Neal. I wanted to see him throw it down, and instead the fans got a souvenir because that ball went off the back of the rim, and nearly a little man sitting there. I think that a little man has nearly got his first basketball, and hopefully they can sign it for him or something like that later, but everybody's okay. Keep your head on a swivel over there. Anything's possible in the PBA. Vipers now with possession again. Spiles puts the ball on the floor. Picks up his dribble. Now over to Darryl White, and White steps out of bounds. Didn't quite see it, but not sure what size his shoe is, but if he's wearing half a size smaller, he probably stays in bounds. Instead, it's a turnover. Phoenix have the ball. They trail by 32. Neal driving baseline, and again it's hacked. And again, this is kind of where we're talking about with getting other scoring compliments to Montarius Porter. As Elton Neal continues to attack the basket. See why he's a bit difficult to handle on the perimeter. At the length of a big man, but fantastic first step as he does knock down his first free throw attempt. The strength in numbers from this Columbus Viper squad. We've seen a host of front court players that have contributed in this contest. Jason Spiles and Varjan Moody. Turnover from the Vipers, and going back on the other end, my goodness! Elton Neal going right through the body of Spiles. Going on a one-man run here for Mississippi. Count the bucket and the foul. Elton Neal trying to will his team back into this game. There's just over 7 minutes remaining, but for the first time in a while, this lead is under 30 points for the Vipers. Neal can't quite convert on the end, one opportunity. Rebound goes Robinson. Couldn't quite catch who took the shot for the Vipers, but they come up empty on that possession. Going the other way now are the Phoenix. Porter for three, and now there's a foul on a three-point attempt. A tough foul there from Dre Brown. But here we are, 6:41, and Porter's got 3 free throw attempts, and they're starting to chip away at what was, at one point, a 40-point lead. Montarius Porter, we know that this man, speaking of, we've seen Mendenhall shoot the ball lights out for the Vipers, but another guy that can get red hot real quick is Porter. Fortunately, he misses his first free throw attempt. He will have 2 more on the horizon. But better days are ahead for this Phoenix squad. They're still trying to figure out things without Forrest. Porter misses his first two free throw attempts. He'll have one more chance to chip away at this 29-point deficit from the foul line. Watch Porter, and it's quite easy to see why the CBA certified bucket associate finally goes 1 of 3 at the line there. 28-point lead for Columbus. 6:30 remaining in the contest. Darryl White working on Lewis. Pass over to Chaney. Chaney up fake. Drives into the paint, and a great follow off the miss as Spiles puts it home. Lead swells back to 30 in favor of Columbus. Here's Neal. Over to Jones on the right wing. Pops it back. Sandifer. His 3 ball no good. Rebound Chaney. Now Up to White. Numbers, 3-on-2 break. White goes up and under for the contested layup. 32-point lead now. Daryl White with 17 points. Phoenix turn it over again. Finds Mendenhall from downtown, no good. Does look like they're going to say that Mendenhall may have been on the line. Oh, we'll see. It looks like there may have been some sort of foul that's going to send Mendenhall to the charity stripe. And he's got 33 points and 1 point. The man had 30 in the first 15 minutes of action. He does not have a free throw attempt. Lead swells back up to 35. Just not sure there's enough time for the Phoenix to be able to overcome this deficit. Mendenhall. Very few misses he's had on this contest. First free throw miss of the game as well. He'll stay at 34 points. One more free throw attempt to make this a 30-point ball game. Donovan Lewis, well,
make it tipsy. Tipsy Beans Cafe in Williamsburg.
layup attempt. Get that stuff out of here, says Jason Spiles. Sends that one into the seats. Possession stays with the Phoenix until Spiles, he tries to throw it down. He can't do it. Boy, we've had a couple guys try to throw it down in this contest, and no one has been able to quite bring down the house. And, well, bringing down the house is exactly what Alquan Mendenhall has done in this game. 37 points, his 11th three-pointer of the contest. It's an open Elton Neal from the right corner, no good. Donovan Lewis tries to clean it up. Porter tries to get it to go. He can't. Just seems at moments for Mississippi today, there has just been a lid on the basket. Certainly has not been from effort on the offensive end. Plenty of offensive boards and second chance opportunities as we resume action after the timeout. Losing the handle is Elton Neal. 37-point lead in favor of Columbus. Final 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Brown all the way to the rack. Spiles nearly tips it up and in. Can't quite get it to go. Rebound goes to Porter, and here come the Phoenix. Jones goes all the way through two defenders. Fantastic finish there from T.J. Jones. Lead is now 33, and, well, make it right back up to 36. Daryl White from downtown. His fourth triple of the contest. Lead back up to 36. Three-point attempt from Womack is off the mark. Thomas over to White, and that one's too easy. Transition offense has been superb today from the Vipers. 38-point lead. Neal, penetrate, kick. Jones. Cross-court pass over to Womack, and that three ball is waved off and will not. Sort of foul on the floor, and Phoenix aren't happy about it. Things have just not gone the way of Mississippi, but again, very talented squad, and there's a nice steal from Elton Neal. Finds a cutting Womack, can't finish through contact. Neal gets the miss. Nice drop-off pass right at the cup to Womack. you're taking some bright spots away from this, if you're Mississippi, you got to be happy with how the team is battled. You got to see that you still have all kinds of effort on the offensive glass, and defensively they're still causing turnovers. You got to think you're not going to see someone knock down their first 10 three-point attempts on most nights. But regardless, the Vipers have looked fantastic. Phoenix have battled, gotten more great basketball here on Triangle by 1891 as Allen Robinson knocks down that free throw attempt. And certainly, these two teams could easily be on some sort of collision course heading into the postseason. Here we go. Again, a 38-point lead in favor of the Vipers, going up and in, and that's Porter battling on the glass. Does get that one to go. Now it's a 36-point lead, and more whistles. Now we've got to go ahead and take the time to thank all the folks that make all this possible, which are certainly a lot of the sponsors, but all the organizers of all these teams and rosters and communications and officials and being able to set up and book these facilities. There's so much that goes into running the PBA, and certainly everybody deserves a huge round of applause for being able to bring PBA basketball heading into 2014. Alquan Mendenhall, his free throw attempt off the technical is no good. Does have one more. Or does he? Nope, only one free throw attempt, and possession does stay with Columbus. .36-point lead. 37 points today from Alquan Mendenhall. It'll be very interesting to see how both of these teams carry this momentum into their next matchup. As we resume action, 2:40 and counting. Cortez Chaney's three-pointer is off the mark. Rebound goes to Jones. Phoenix look to push the pace. Drops it off, and there we go. Elton Neal able to stuff that one home with two hands. He's got 20. Mendenhall steps into a triple, and that's a dozen. A dozen three-pointers in this contest for Alquan Mendenhall. He now has 40 points. A masterpiece from Alquan Mendenhall. If you're calling him the three-ball king, then go ahead and crown that man. This might be the crowning performance of his basketball career here in the PBA. As that three ball is off the mark from Donovan Lewis. Rebound goes to Robinson, and that one's a bit too hot to handle for Chaney. Turnover goes, lead stays at 37 points in favor of Columbus. Final 2 minutes of action here in Jackson, Mississippi, as the Columbus Vipers are on their way to improving to 4-1 on the season, while Mississippi Phoenix will drop to 3-1 as TJ Jones lays it up and in. And well, now we're down to 141 and counting, and Mendenhall's three-pointer, I mean, why not? Everything else is falling, but that one does not. Rebound, Dre Brown. Cortez Chaney. Chaney gets his own miss, loses the handle, and here comes Robert Clark, drops it off to Lewis. His three-pointer is no good. Rebound goes to the Vipers. 119-84. Final minute of action. And into the paint and drawing the foul. Looks like it's going to be Darryl White. Again, the silent assassin with a quiet 20 points. mean, anything seems a little bit quiet compared to the player knocking down 12 three-pointers on his way to 40 points, but still gotten quality performances from Darryl White yet again, Cortez Chaney, Cornelius Thomas. Seeing some good minutes off the bench from Baryan Moody, and of course Jalen Robinson. So it's really been a team effort collectively. One of the best performances, if not the best performance of the year for the Columbus Vipers. Darryl White knocks down the second free throw attempt. 37-point game. Jones over to Porter. Porter knocks down that three-ball corner pocket. One poked away, and a nice steal from T.J. Jones. Back to Porter. Porter from downtown knocks down a pair of triples on the last two trips down the court. And there's a turnover from the Vipers. Things getting a little bit sloppier here at the finish line for the Vipers. They're still pretty safe, though, with a 31-point lead. Porter now nearing a 30-point outing. Porter met by Mendenhall and throws that one up, and they're going to call a foul on Alquan Mendenhall. Check that. They're going to call that one on Porter. Trying to say that use that arm to generate a bit of separation, and here we are, final closing moments. 26 seconds and counting. Jaquavius Bowick's shot is off the mark. Rebound, outlet goes up to Jones. Jones finds an open man in the corner for three. That one no good from Sandifer, but it is Porter who goes back up and in. Final 7 seconds. Trey Brown, the mid-range jumper, and that'll do it. 123-92 is your final score as the Columbus Vipers top the Mississippi Phoenix.